BSPN, the Bears Sports Network. Time to tip off. Live, it's West Lincoln basketball on BSPN, the Bears Sports Network. Here's the voice of the Bears, Jonathan Tullis.
Well, welcome to the first round of the 1A girls basketball playoffs here, and the road to the big house stops through Flea Hop. Hey, everybody, I'm Jonathan Tullis. Glad that you're joining us here on BSPN, the Bears Sports Network, in this audio-only presentation of your West Lincoln Lady Bears and the Lady Red Devils of Stringer. And a lot of excitement in the air, a lot of hype about what's going to be happening tonight. And, of course, your Lady Bears are ready to go. They've been out here shooting around since I got here. And they're fired up. They're ready to play tonight. So again, thank you for joining us here, and glad that you're here joining us here on BSPN to support your Lady Bears. All right, so Lady Bears entering the tonight's contest with a record of 24-4, going 12-0 in league play, as you may remember, in region play, and getting here by defeating the Lady Bobcats of Bogachita here last Friday night at the Jack. And Stringer, on the other hand, kind of I guess you could say maybe a little bit of an opposite of your Lady Bears. 7-15 is their overall record, went 3-6 in region play, and got defeated by the Lady Tartars of Taylorsville to finish fourth in Region 8, and that is how they got here tonight to face your Lady Bears. So that's kind of the tale of the tape. Winner of tonight's game going to go on to the next round to play either McAdams or South Delta. If West Lincoln wins, they will be hosting that game. And I can tell you that game actually got started at 5 o'clock, and the last time I looked, South Delta was leading at halftime McAdams was leading South Delta at halftime 35-9. So winner again tonight will be taking on, at least presumably anyway, unless something changes, very likely to be McAdams. So we'll try to bring you some updates on that as we get started and as we get going here in the next few minutes. And we'll have the starting lineups and all that coming up here in just a few moments as your Lady Bears and Lady Red Devils of Stringer set to face off here at the Jack. Round one of the MHSAA 1A girls basketball playoffs happening here right here on BSPN, the Bears Sports Network. We'll take a timeout, and we'll have your starting lineups and all that in just a couple of minutes, so sit tight, and we'll be right back here on BSPN, the Bears Sports Network.
At Alpha, our friendly hometown team understands your life and unique needs. We understand you want great insurance coverage options, an easy claims process, and excellent service, all without breaking the bank. Call Alpha Insurance Agent Chris C. at 601-684-0500 for personalized service and products that fit your needs. Chris C. Alpha Insurance Macomb, proud sponsor of the West Lincoln Bears and BSPN, the Bears Sports Network.
BSPN, the Bears Sports Network.
All right, so we are just about to have the national anthem and the lineups from our PA guy for tonight. Corey Myers doing the honors tonight.
Good afternoon. If you would, please rise, remove all headgear for the playing of the national anthem. Starters for tonight's visiting team, Stringer. Number 1, Samaje Briggs. Number 4, Dixie Rayner. Number 10, Natalie Prunera. Number 20, Blair Bryan. And number 22, Presley Cook. Jack Pack, are you ready? Starting 5 for your home team, the West Lincoln Lady Bears. She is our Offensive Player of the Year in District 7, 00, Jacayla Hunter. Next we have your Defensive Player of the Year in District 7, freshman, number 4, Rainey Martin. Next we have junior sharpshooter, number 14, Gabby Malone. Back-to-back region MVP senior, number 15, Chloe Stone. Number 32 on the jersey, number 1 in your heart, Elizabeth Easy E. Barton.
Well, there you have it. Starting 5 for both teams. Of course, Coach Lane Young and Ben Huey going with their usual lineup tonight of Jacayla Hunter, Chloe Sterling, Rainey Martin, Elizabeth Burton, and Gabby DeLon to get things started here. And the Lady Red Devils coming in tonight, getting ready to go as well. If you're wondering, the Stringer Attendance Center, if you don't know, they're located up in Jasper County, which is, if you're looking at the map, I guess you could kind of say it's halfway between Meridian and Jackson, if you wanted to kind of put it in those terms to give you an idea if you don't know where they are. All right, getting ready to get going here is Jacayla Hunter in the circle for your West Lincoln Lady Bears. And in the center for Stringer is number 21, and I don't have 21 on my roster, so okay. Tip-off getting started, getting going here, and Jacayla Hunter going to get it going for the Lady Bears as Chloe Sterling going to get her hands on the ball. Passing it quickly to Rainey Martin, finding Gabby DeLon. DeLon, Lady Red Devils running a man-to-man defense here tonight. And your Lady Bears still trying to set up their shot here. It's DeLon finding Elizabeth Burton over in the corner. Finding Jacayla Hunter right under the hoop. She puts it up for 2. 2-0 your score, 7:30 to go here in the first quarter. Lady Bears striking first. As Blair Bryan for the Lady Devils try to put up a shot. Going to be blocked by Jacayla Hunter. Hunter going to get the steal. Passing it back to Rainey Martin, getting it across center court. And Martin dishes it to DeLon. DeLon finding Burton once again. And finding Jacayla Hunter once again. She's going to put it up for another 2. So just under a minute gone here in the first quarter. Lady Bears up 4-0. As the Lady Red Devils try to come down the court. Nearly had a steal there by Gabby DeLon, but the Red Devils get it back. As Dixie Rayner guarded close, trying to get rid of it. Finding Samaj Bridge. Blair Bryan putting up a 3-pointer. That's going to be no good as the ball goes out of bounds, and West Lincoln to get it back. So missed shot there by the Lady Red Devils, going to give the Lady Bears back the ball as DeLon inbounds it to Rainey Martin. Martin across center court. DeLon getting it once again. And ball going to go out of bounds, and Stringer will be getting it back. 6:32 to go here in the first period. West Lincoln up 4-0 to get things going here. Red Devils in possession. Presley Cook going to try to launch a 3. That's going to be no good off the back of the iron. Rebound to Natalie Pruner. And she's going to get fouled as she's trying to shoot. Foul going to go against Gabby DeLon for a push. So that's going to send Prunier to the charity stripe, and her first shot is up off the back of the iron. So still no points for Stringer. 6:24 to go, and she'll have one more shot. Second shot. That one was in, so Lady Red Devils finally getting on the board. As now West Lincoln launching a 3 is Gabby DeLon, but that's not gonna fall in. Rebound to the Lady Devils. Samaj Bridge weaving through traffic for the Lady Red Devils. Finding Pruner over in the corner. Gonna miss a shot as Chloe Sterling gets the rebound. Driving all the way to the hoop, gonna lay it up for 2. 6-1 your score, 5:55 to go in the first period. Ball inbounded by the Lady Red Devils. And Natalie Prunier gonna commit the travel as she was trying to get the ball in. West Lincoln getting the ball back after the ball went out of bounds. Rainey Martin with it now, weaving through traffic. Finding Chloe Sterling over in the left corner, going to launch a 3. That's going to miss. And ball going to get knocked out of bounds off the hands of Elizabeth Burton. Stringer to get it back. As the ball inbounded. And off the hands of Blair Bryan, she got it back though. Jacayla Hunter with the steal, going to drive to the hoop, and she's going to lay it up for 2. 5:30 to go, West Lincoln up 8-1. Ball inbounded, stolen by Rainey Martin, going to find Jacayla Hunter under the hoop once again. She's going to lay it up for 2. And now Stringer going to call a timeout. As their coach going to have a chat with the troops. And so going to be only a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here. And I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors here. Chris C. Alpha Insurance Macomb, also Pike National Bank, Franklin Ready Mix, as well as Wilson Timber and Corey Myers at Higginbotham Insurance. Appreciate all of their sponsorship here on BSPN. And also tomorrow we're going to have our first baseball live stream of the year as the Bears going to be taking on the Franklin County Bulldogs. Varsity game beginning at 6 o'clock, and we'll have all the action right here on BSPN. So if you can't make it out to the ballpark tomorrow, you can join us right here. We'll have all the action for you. Lady Red Devils putting it back in play and quickly stolen away by Elizabeth Burton, getting it to Rainey Martin, finding Sterling once again. Sterling weaving through traffic, quick passes by the Lady Bears. Gabby DeLon with it now, going to pass it to Elizabeth Burton. Burton finding Hunter under the hoop once again, and another layup for Jacayla Hunter. 12-1, 5 minutes to go here in the first period. As Stringer going to lose the ball, going to go out of bounds near the scorer's bench. And so Gabby DeLon going to get it back in play for West Lincoln. Again, just under 5 minutes to go. DeLon finding Elizabeth Burton in the corner. Jakayla Hunter with it once again. Another layup for Jakayla Hunter. So now the Lady Red Devils going down the court. Presley Cook now with the ball, weaving through traffic, trying to get around these Bears pressing defense. A.B. Scarborough with the ball. And going to end up stepping out of bounds, and West Lincoln to get it back as Gabby DeLong going to put it in play at their defensive baseline. Rainey Martin quickly bringing it across center court. Finding DeLong once again, and nearly had the ball stolen away, but we had a whistle. As DeLon going to put it back in play, apparently after the ball went out of bounds. DeLon back with it after Rainey Martin had it briefly. Ball going to go out of bounds. This time off the hands of DeLon, and Stringer will be inbounding the ball. Presley Cook to send it in bounds near the Stringer bench. And Samaj Bridge was trying to pass the ball, but ended up losing her footing as she was passing it. Lady Bears take advantage as Chloe Sterling now finding Elizabeth Burton. Quick pass over to Rainey Martin, going to launch the three. That's off the back of the iron. And ball going to go out of bounds. And going to go back to the Lady Bears. Addie Moss going to check into the game for the Lady Red Devils. Ball back in play with Rainey Martin. Now with it. Martin still with the ball. Looking, finding Gabby DeLong. Going to find it to Elizabeth Burton. Burton to Chloe Sterling. Sterling putting up a quick two for the Lady Bears. 16-1, 3:35 to go here in the first period. As now another steal there by the Lady Bears. Believe it was Jakayla Hunter getting a hand on it. Chloe Sterling now with the ball, going to launch a three. Oh, just barely rolled out. And Jakayla Hunter getting the rebound, but we got a whistle. And they're going to say Jakayla committed a reach-in foul. It's going to be her first foul of the game. As Stringer will get it back at their baseline. Quick pass down to A.B. Scarborough down the court. Scarborough weaving through traffic. Finding Bridge. Bridge going to launch a three. That's going to be no good as it goes out of bounds near the cheerleaders. Near the Jack Pack where some of the students, including Josh Quinn and Landon Anderson, Eli McEwen, they have an ESPN table set up. You might have seen on social media. That's kind of been the popular thing in student sections at some of our basketball games in the area. Well, it's West Lincoln's turn now with a ESPN table in the student section as we're back underway. And Chloe Sterling dishing it to Rainey Martin. Back to Sterling. And going to find Hunter under the hoop once again, and she's going to lay it up for another two. So the Lady Bears kind of running away with this. And again, as Elizabeth Burton gets another quick steal, she's going to launch a two, and that's going to go in. So Lady Bears kind of running away with it at this point. As Stringer's only scored 1 point with about 2:39 to go in the first period. Ball knocked out of bounds as Stringer was going up the court. And they're going to say Elizabeth Burton sent it over the line. Natalie Pernier going to check in once again and give Samaj Bridge a break for the Lady Devils. Ball back in play. And Stringer sending the ball back out of bounds as Pernier has it come off of her hands. Lady Bears will get it back. Rainey Martin going to bring it across center court. Finding Elizabeth Burton. Burton to Hunter. It's going to come off of her hands. Sterling right there to get the rebound. And ball almost went out of bounds, but good footwork there by Kylie Jurancic, who had checked into the game at some point. Burton trying to lay it up for two once again, but can't weave through that traffic as the ball kind of bounced around. Jakayla Hunter getting the rebound, and that's going to go in for two. 22-1, just over 2 minutes to go here in the first period. As A.B. Scarborough trying to get up court. Ball going to go out of bounds. And, yeah, it came off of Jakayla Hunter. I believe it hit her knee. Is now Stringer about to inbound the ball. Scarborough getting it to Presley Cook. And Cook being double teamed now finds Scarborough once again. Scarborough weaving through traffic. Quick passes by the Lady Red Devils. As Scarborough going to put 2 on the board for Stringer, 22-3 with 1:42 to go here in the first period. West Lincoln with the ball once again. Kylie Jurancic passing it to Elizabeth Burton. Burton fighting Jurancic once again. Quick passes over to Rainey Martin, launching a 3. That's going to fall out no good. As Elizabeth Burton runs into Presley Cook, knocks her to the floor, but looks like she's okay. Elizabeth Burton going to get called for the charge. And now as the ball is inbounded, they're going to say Scarborough committed a travel. So Stringer's got to give it up, and West Lincoln to get it back to their offensive baseline. 1:27 to go here in the first period. Jakayla Hunter passing it to Rainey Martin real quick. Martin guarded close, trying to get rid of it. Backs off, finds Chloe Sterling. Sterling over to trying to get it to Jakayla Hunter, who was right under the hoop, but it's going to go right over her arms. So ball going to go out of bounds, and Stringer will get another opportunity. Samaje Bridge checking in now for Stringer. Going to get Presley Cook a break, and now we got a foul, reach-in foul called on Kylie Jurancic. Or a holding, rather. It's now Stringer inbounding the ball. Chloe Sterling getting a hand on a block. Rainey Martin dishing it back to Sterling right under the hoop. She's going to put it up for 2. 24-3, just over a minute to go here in the first period. Red Devils still trying to get down the court as Blair Bryan was trying to get down the court, committed a travel as she was trying to get rid of the ball. So Kylie Jurancic going to inbound near just on the other side of center court over on the home side. And Rainey Martin with the ball now, just under a minute to go. And guarded close, real close there by Prenier, and she's going to go to this as Martin going to go to the floor after she got bumped, and Prenier going to get called for the charge. So West Lincoln will get another opportunity here as we get close to the end of the first period. Jurancic getting the ball from Martin. Back to Martin, is going to launch a 3. That's right off the rim. Jakayla Hunter got the rebound, tried to lay it up, no good. Red Devils come up with it as Scarborough drives down the court, trying to get a shot off, can't do it. Finding Bryan, Bryan getting rid of it, finding Prenier. Prenier going to go, and she's going to launch for 2. So 24-5 is the score. West Lincoln in the lead with 15 seconds to go in the first period. Quick passes, Kylie Jurancic finding Elizabeth Burton. Burton going to go over to Chloe Sterling just inside the arc. She's going to launch it, and that's going to actually end up behind the backboard as Hot Shot's shot was right off the mark. Ball back in play, 2 seconds to go. And going to have a steal by Elizabeth Burton right at the buzzer, so that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And that is how it ends. 24-5, West Lincoln comfortably in the lead at this point. We'll take a timeout and be back in just a moment. This is BSPN, the Bear Sports Network.
BSPN is a production of Strangely Warmed Media. To learn more, visit our website at strangelywarmed.media.
BSPN.
BSPN, the Bears Sports.
All right, we're back underway here with a fresh 8 on the board. West Lincoln ahead 24-5. And Stringer going to inbound the ball first. Presley Cook passing it quickly to Prenier. And Prenier getting it stolen away by Chloe Sterling. Sterling going to drive all the way down to the hoop and lay it up for two. 26-5. West Lincoln, again, comfortably in the lead here in the first round of the 1A playoffs. And quick pass by the Lady Red Devils, trying to find Dixie Rayner from Bridge, and that's going to go out of bounds off of Rayner's hands. So West Lincoln to get it back at the opposite baseline, their defensive baseline. Coach Lane Young putting in his play, getting Rainey Martin down the court. Martin finding hot shot once again to put up three. That's going to bay off the back of the iron. Samaje Bridge getting the rebound for the Lady Red Devils, passing it quickly down the court, finding Presley Cook. Shot launched off the mark, and rebound going to Kylie Jurancic. So Jurancic going to get it to Rainey Martin real quick, and Martin coming down the court, finding hot shot once again. Chloe Sterling. Sterling passing to Jurancic, finding Jakayla Hunter under the hoop once again, going to put it up for two. So 6:50 to go here in the second period. 28-5 is the tail of the tape so far, as we got a whistle as the Lady Red Devils passing down the court. It looks like one of them stepped out of bounds, basically at the scorer's table. Now is Maggie Lofton going to check in for Elizabeth Burton. And Rainey Martin going to bring it across center court. Taking her time, finding Chloe Sterling once again. Sterling over to Lofton. Quick pass back over to Rainey Martin. She's going to drain it. Corey Myers, a Higginbotham Insurance three-pointer. And you might hear Corey on the mic tonight, as A.B. Scarborough driving all the way down the court. And she's going to get fouled as she's trying to put up a layup. That foul going to go against Maggie Lofton for her first of the game. So that's going to send Scarborough to the charity stripe for the Lady Red Devils. And Scarborough putting up her first shot. That's off the back of the rim. So second shot coming up for Scarborough. And she launches it. That one's going to go in. So Stringer shooting about 50% from the stripe so far. 2 for 4. As we're back underway, Jurancic quickly passing to Sterling. Back over to Rainey Martin. She's going to launch another three. That one's going to go in for a Corey Myers, a Higginbotham Insurance three-pointer. 6:08 to go here in the second period. 34-6 is your score, as Prenier driving down the court, going to lose the ball, is going to go out of bounds. And, they're going to say it came off of Rainey Martin, so Lady Red Devils will get it back under their offensive hoop. So they're putting it back in play as the ball came loose. Lady Red Devils still with it. Pass over to Dixie Rayner for Stringer, and that's going to get her the travel as she took one step too many. So Kylie Jurancic inbounding the ball at the defensive baseline. Bears trying to score to my right. Here I'm on the visitor side, kind of behind the scorer's bench, if you're familiar with the outlay of the jack, or the layout of the jack. As Chloe Sterling, quick pass over to Rainey Martin. Martin under pressure. Going to find Jurancic once again. Jurancic back to Sterling. Sterling going to launch a three, and that one's going to go in for a Corey Myers, a Higginbotham Insurance three-pointer for Chloe Sterling. 5:30 to go here in the first half. Stringer trying to get it across center court, and tried to do a pass to Scarborough, as it missed. And now Rainey Martin going to bring it across the center stripe for the Lady Bears. Sterling to Jurancic. Quick pass over to Martin to her right. And Martin going to launch a three. That's going to be off the back of the iron. Rebound to the Lady Bears, and actually we're going to call a jump ball. Possession going to favor West Lincoln. So they'll get it back at their offensive baseline with just over 5 minutes to go. Score 37-6. As now Martin. Not sure exactly what happened as the ball was being put back into play, but referee's going to give it back to Stringer. Passing it from Cook. Finding Scarborough once again. Scarborough weaving through traffic, going to go to the hoop. That's going to be no good. Rebound to Kylie Jurassic. Getting it to Rainey Martin is going to bring it across the center stripe. Setting up her play, finding Jacayla Hunter. Hunter driving to the hoop, weaving through traffic, puts it up for two. Hunter by far has been real prolific on scoring tonight for West Lincoln. To Scarborough for the Lady Red Devils coming down the court. Guarded close, finding Bridge once again. Bridge going to launch a shot. That one's going to be good for two. No, I'm sorry, it's going to be good for three. She was on the outside of the arc, apparently. I couldn't really tell. Back underway is Kylie Jurassic. Quick pass back over to Rainey Martin. Martin going to launch a three. That's going to be off the back of the iron. Rebound to Maggie Lofton. Finding Martin once again. Going to launch another Corey Myers of Higginbotham Insurance three-pointer. That one is good. 42-9, just under 4 minutes to go as the Lady Red Devils coming down the court. Dixie Rayner under pressure from Rainey Martin. And Martin was trying to keep it from going out of bounds, and looks like it did go out of bounds, but they're going to say it came off of one of Stringer's players. Believe it was coming off of Rayner. Now Brooklyn Huey going to check in for Chloe Sterling. Rainey Martin going to bring it across the center stripe, setting up her play. And she'll find Jurancic. Jurancic trying to get it to Maggie Lofton. Ball ended up coming loose, and that's going to go out of bounds. I'm going to say Lofton touched it last. So Stringer about to inbound it, just over 3.5 to go. Bridge, quick pass over to Addie Moss, who checked in for the Lady Red Devils. Launch shot, no good. Lady Red Devils getting the rebound. And Presley Cook going to launch a three. That's going to fall out, no good. Rebound to the Lady Bears. As Martin bringing it across, trying to get her play set up, finding Huey. Huey back to Martin to Jacayla Hunter. Huey with it once again. Dishing it to Maggie Lofton. Lofton putting it up. That's going to be no good. As the Lady Red Devils get the rebound. Presley Cook going to bring it across center court for Stringer. Stringer guarded close by Jacayla Martin, or Jacayla Hunter, rather. And double dribble being called on Stringer. So Jurassic going to inbound the ball near the West Lincoln bench, which is to my left. And Rainey Martin bringing it across. Quick pass to Kylie Jurassic. Jurassic double team. Quick pass back to Martin. Martin going to launch a three. That was off the back of the iron, but it finally goes in. So that is a Corey Myers of Higginbotham Insurance three-pointer there for Rainey Martin. 2:20 to go here in the first half. 45-9 your score. Lady Red Devils taking their time. Presley Cook, quick pass to Bridge. Bridge weaving through traffic, nearly lost it, but the Lady Red Devils get it back as Dixie Rayner dishes it very quickly to Presley Cook. Quick passes back to Bridge. Bridge weaving through traffic. Ball comes loose. Bridge gets it back. Another pass to Presley Cook. Addie Moss now for Stringer with it. Quick passes back to Bridge as she was trying to get around Rainey Martin. And she'll get charged with a block, or the charge, rather. Elizabeth Burton going to check in for West Lincoln. As is Zanaya Newton. As Martin and Jacayla Hunter both going to come and take a break. Actually, it's Rainey Martin getting called for the block. As Stringer inbounding the ball. And Shamaje Bridge going to commit a travel. So West Lincoln to get it back, 1:38 to go. Zanaya Newton going to bring it across the stripe. Looking, finding Jurassic. Jurassic to Elizabeth Burton. Burton trying to get it to Maggie Lofton, but going to end up losing it to one of the Lady Red Devils. That was Blair Bryan there on the steal. Samaje Bridge now with the ball. As she weaves through traffic, finding Addie Moss. Moss taking her time once again. Moss still with it. Quick pass to Bridge. Bridge going to launch a three. That one's going to be good. Good shot there, I got to say. Down to less than a minute to go. 45-12 is your score. Again, West Lincoln comfortably in the lead at this point. As Brooklyn Huey trying to launch a three. That's going to fall out no good. Rebound to Blair Bryan of Stringer. Quick pass, and she was already across the stripe trying to get it to Samaje Bridge, but she was on the other side of the stripe, so they get called for the backcourt violation. So West Lincoln to get it right back. Zanaya Newton, this time getting called for the double dribble. Presley Cook to inbound the ball for the Lady Red Devils as we're down to less than 30 seconds to go before the halftime buzzer. Bridge bringing it across center court. And Bridge finding Addie Moss. Quick pass back to Bridge. And Bridge trying to pass it to Presley Cook under the hoop. Ball came loose, and now we got had a jump ball called. Stringer favored on the possession, and clock kept running even though the officials had called a little meeting. To kind of make sure they were getting it right, and they're putting 9 seconds back on the clock, so maybe the clock operator didn't get the signal to stop. 8.1 seconds to go after the ball went out of bounds. Brooklyn Huey going to get the ball back for West Lincoln. Over to Zanaya Newton, and down to the final seconds. Not going to have much time to do much here as Kylie Jurassic launches a shot at the buzzer. Oh, my goodness. She got 2 points right at the buzzer. Oh, my goodness. Talk about a buzzer beater. But, folks, the Lady Bears running away with it as they lead the Lady Red Devils 47-12 as we go to halftime. So we'll take a timeout. Again, want to thank our sponsors, Chris C. Alpha Insurance, Macomb, Pike National Bank, Franklin Ready Mix, as well as Wilson Timber and Corey Myers of Higginbotham Insurance. So we'll talk to you in just a few minutes right here on BSPN, the Bear Sports Network.
At Alpha, our friendly hometown team understands your life and unique needs. We understand you want great insurance coverage options, an easy claims process, and excellent service, all without breaking the bank. Call Alpha Insurance Agent Chris C. at 601-684-0500 for personalized service and products that fit your needs. Chris C. Alpha Insurance Macomb, proud sponsor of the West Lincoln Bears and BSPN, the Bears Sports Network.
BSPN, the Bears Sports Network.
All right, so we're going to get back underway here in just a moment, about a minute away from the second half starting here at the Jack as your Lady Bears leading the Lady Red Devils of Stringer here in the first round of the 1A basketball playoffs, 47-12. Again, getting set for the second half to begin. Let's talk about other West Lincoln sports happening over the weekend. The softball team took 2 victories at Pearl at the Pearl tournament, beating the Vicksburg Missy Gators 5-4 before beating the Lady Titans of Ridgeland 8-2. So making some statements there, beating some much bigger programs. So congratulations to the Lady Bears softball team. Baseball still looking for their first win. They'll be looking for their first win tomorrow night against Franklin County as they fell to Puckett on Friday 8-5, and then fell to the Yellow Jackets at Enterprise 17-7 on Saturday. And don't forget, we'll have the baseball game tomorrow night here on BSPN, the Bears Sports Network. As we're getting back underway, Jacayla Hunter was trying to put up a shot as they got underway a little quicker than I expected them to. Nonetheless, she got fouled as she was shooting, so she's about to go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. I believe it's first trip to the free throw line for the Lady Bears tonight. As Jacayla's first shot going to go up, and that's going to bounce out as no good. And her second shot coming up here in just a moment as she just got the ball from the official. And next shot, that's also going to be off the iron, no good. Rebound to Rainey Martin, who gets it right back to Hunter. Hunter to Gabby DeLon. Elizabeth Burton getting it back to Martin. Martin near the center stripe, getting away from it. And she's going to launch a 3. That just barely rolls out. Rebound to the Lady Red Devils. That was Blair Bryan that came up with it. Quick pass over to Presley Cook, but the ball apparently had gone out of bounds. I believe Cook's foot might have just been over the line in front of the scorer's table. So now Gabby DeLon going to inbound the ball over to Rainey Martin. Martin setting it up, figuring out what she wants to do here, finding Chloe Sterling. Sterling, quick pass to her right to Elizabeth Burton. Burton finding Jacayla Hunter once again. Man-to-man defense going on here by the Lady Red Devils. As Rainey Martin finding Burton. Burton setting it up. Gabby DeLon looking to Jacayla Hunter once again. And Rainey Martin with it once again as Elizabeth Burton thought about taking the three-pointer. That's going to be no good. Chloe Sterling, though, or rather she changed her mind. Sterling passing the ball quickly. Rainey Martin now back with it. Hunter finding Elizabeth Burton. Burton trying to weave through traffic, trying to get rid of it, though. Commits to travel by taking one too many. Running clock here as we are now in the mercy rule, 47-12, again your score. So we'll have that for the remainder of the game. As Samaje Bridge bringing it down the court for the Lady Red Devils. Trying to get around Rainey Martin, loses it. Jacayla Hunter going to come up with it. Gets rid of it, finds Elizabeth Burton. Burton passing it up court to Rainey Martin. Martin driving to the hoop. And believe she's going to get fouled as she was trying to do that layup. And in fact, she does. Going to be the first foul of the game for Blair Bryan as she was got called for the hold. Senior Addie Myers getting ready to check in for West Lincoln. Rainey Martin, though, again at the stripe. Her first shot, that one's in and good. Maggie Lofton going to check in for Jacayla Hunter, and Addie Myers checking in for Elizabeth Burton. Rainey Martin still at the stripe. And her second shot, that one's also going to fall in. 49-12, again, running clock here as the Lady Bears comfortably in the lead. 4:46 to go in the third period. Bridge weaving through traffic. Quick pass over to Cook. Cook guarded close by Maggie Lofton. Lofton going to get called for the reach-in foul as she was trying to slap the ball away. That's actually Maggie's second foul of the game. Batted away there by Maggie Lofton, and she's going to have it batted away quickly herself. Now we got a whistle as Lofton getting called for a push-off foul. So, or I'm sorry, that was against Gabby DeLon. Quick shot Quick two made by Dixie Rayner for the Lady Red Devils. 3:50 to go, 49-14. Lady Bears in the lead. It's Chloe Sterling finding Addie Myers. Myers nearly had it tipped away, but Chloe Sterling got it back. As she tries to find a shot, gives it over to Gabby DeLon. DeLon, quick pass over to Rainey Martin. Martin back to Sterling. Sterling going to launch the three, and that one's going to go in for a Corey Myers of Higginbotham Insurance three-pointer. 52-14, 3:22 to go in the third frame. And Samaje Bridge trying to get around Rainey Martin, finally goes to her left, dishes it quickly to Presley Cook. Cook, another couple of quick passes, and actually Dixie Rayner going to get called for the travel as she was trying to get rid of it, and again, just took one too many steps. So Gabby DeLon about to put it back in play for West Lincoln with 3 minutes to go here in the third frame. Martin down the court, finding Chloe Sterling. Sterling thought about shooting the three, got rid of it, found Gabby DeLon, is going to shoot her own three and make the Corey Myers of Higginbotham Insurance three-pointer. 55-14. 2:39 to go, again in the third period. Addie Moss passing it over the court, finding Dixie Rayner. Rayner round the baseline, dishing it quickly to Scarborough. Scarborough loses it. Lady Bears come up with it. Think that was Gabby DeLon who got the steal. Driving down the court, Sterling to Martin. That's going to be no good. I believe it was Maggie Lofton getting the rebound and putting it up for two. So 57-14, 2:10 to go. Bridge, cross center's court for Stringer. Scarborough now with it, trying to weave through traffic, loses her footing. Now going to have a whistle. As the ball goes out of bounds. And Stringer will get it back. Whole host of Lady Bears checking in and checking out. Let's see, I got Addie Myers still out there. Got Brooklyn Huey checked in, as well as Anaya Newton. And Kylie Jurancic also, good grief, also on the court for West Lincoln as Anaya Newton getting the ball from Jurancic down to a minute 14 to go in the third. Brooklyn Huey thought about launching, tried to get rid of it, and she's going to commit to travel. Down to a minute to go. Stringer inbounding the ball. Cook to Bridge. Bridge setting up her play. Stolen away, nearly stolen away by Zanaya Newton, but she couldn't get a hand on it. Instead, it's going to bounce off of her, so Stringer will get it back over on the far sideline across from me. Addie Grace Bruce about to check in for the Lady Bears. Presley Cook trying to weave through traffic, try to get it to Bridge. And Maggie Lofton going to get called for a reach-in violation. Addie Grace Bruce going to check in for Lofton. As Stringer putting the ball back in play. Cook, closely guarded, tries to get rid of it. Finds Addie Moss. Moss back to Cook, passing it quickly. As the ball going to go out of bounds right at the buzzer, and actually may not be the end of the period yet, as I think the official did call a foul. That one was called against Addie Myers, and that's going to send Samaje Bridge to the free throw line. So before we have the official end of the third, she's going to shoot her two shots, and her first one was off the rim, no good. Her next shot, and that one's also going to fall in. So that's going to make it 57-15 here at the end of the third frame. We'll take a timeout, be back in just a moment. This is BSPN, the Bear Sports Network.
BSPN is a production of Strangely Warmed Media. To learn more, visit our website at strangelywarmed.media.
BSPN.
to get back underway here for the fourth quarter. And again, West Lincoln running away with it 57-15 over the Red Devils of Stringer. Still trying to get a update on the McAdams and South Delta game. The game is over, but I've not seen a final score. So if I get that before we're done here, I will make sure to pass that along. As the winner of this game will presumably be playing McAdams, as they were soundly in the lead at halftime of that game. As the Lady Bears have possession of the ball once again, Sanaya Newton over to Huey. Huey finding Addie Myers. Myers guarded close, gets rid of it, finds Sanaya Newton. Newton over to Jurancic. And Jurancic weaving through traffic, finding Sanaya Newton once again. Lady Bears just trying to kill the clock at this point. Addie Myers going to launch from inside the arc. That's going to fall no good. Brooklyn Huey with the rebound, finding Sanaya Newton is going to shoot a three. That one's also off the back of the iron, as well as Scarborough for Stringer going to recover the ball or rebound the ball, going all the way down the court, and couldn't get around the Bears defense to get rid of it. As foul called on Sanaya Newton. Newton getting called, I think, for a reach-in foul. Again, clock continuing to run as we're inside the mercy rule. Now a call on the Lady Red Devils as Presley Cook called for a push. So West Lincoln getting it back as Sanaya Newton going to bring it down the court. Finding Brooklyn Huey. Huey going to launch the three. That was off the backboard. Rebound to Samaje Bridge. Trying to find Scarborough under the hoop, but kind of didn't have the timing right. Is this going to go right over right on Scarborough's fingers? So West Lincoln to get it back. Sanaya Newton going to bring it down the court. Finding Brooklyn Huey once again. Sanaya Newton going to launch the three. That's off the back of the iron. Rebound to the Red Devils. One of them touched it. I couldn't tell who, but it came off of her hand, so West Lincoln to get it back near the jack pack. Kylie Jurancic putting it back in play, finding Newton once again. Newton looking at her options, finding Jurancic. And Jurancic has it stolen away by A.B. Scarborough, but now we got a whistle. As Jurancic getting called for a push. So Stringer will still get the ball. 5 minutes to go before it's all said and done. Now Prenier tried to pass it, and Brooklyn Huey getting the steal, going to drive down the court. Finding Sanaya Newton. Newton, quick pass to Kylie Jurancic. Jurancic putting it up for three. That's going to be a Corey Myers and Higginbotham Insurance three-pointer. 60-15, 4:38 to go. That's Scarborough. Quick passes. Presley Cook now with it. Prenier weaving through traffic. Nearly loses it, keeps it from going out of bounds. Actually can't keep it out too far as it goes right over the line as she's trying to get rid of it. So West Lincoln will get it back near the Stringer bench.
Number 21, Sarah Logan, into the game for the Lady Bears.
And Sarah Logan now going to check in. She's going to check in for Kylie Jurancic. Sanaya Newton launching a three. That's going to be off the rim. Rebound to Bridge for the Lady Red Devils. Tried for a pass. That's going to come loose on the floor. And not sure. I think maybe Brooklyn Huey had a hand on it. Okay, looks like she got called for a travel violation. 60-15, though, is your score.
Number 10, Sally Case.
Sally Case going to check into the game now. Going to check in for Brooklyn Huey. Haley Wallace also going to check in for Sanaya Newton. Again, clock continuing to run as the mercy rule took effect right after halftime. A.B. Scarborough. Quick pass to Addie Moss. Moss trying to launch it up. Gonna sail over the hoop, rebound to the Lady Bears as Sally Case comes up with it. Now Sarah Logan weaving through traffic, finding Haley Wallace. Wallace back to Logan. Addie Myers also on the court and trying to get the ball. Got back to Addie Myers, and Myers getting called for a travel. 2:35 to go. And try one more time to find that score, South Delta and McAdams. And still no score posted as of yet. Like I said, I know that game is over. And earlier at their halftime, McAdams was soundly in the lead. So presumably, West Lincoln going to move on to host McAdams on Friday night. Again, that'll be here at the Jack. Tip-off time at 6. Shot taken by the Lady Bears. That's going to be no good as Stringer comes up with it. Bridge going to bring it across center court. Quick passes. And Allie Jenkins had checked into the game and couldn't keep it from going out of bounds. 1:45 to go. So yeah, Friday night, Jack is the place to be as West Lincoln will be hosting presumably McAdams. So the Lady Bulldogs will be coming down to Flea Hop for a visit. Again, as the road to the big house goes straight through here. Back underway as the Lady Bears, again, just trying to eat the clock up at this point. And going to have A.B. Scarborough called, I think, for a push-off. As West Lincoln getting the ball back. Haley Wallace inbounding it for the Bears, for the Lady Bears. Sarah Logan handling the ball now after nearly losing it. Tried to put up a shot, going to be blocked by Allie Jenkins. As the ball goes out of bounds, it's still going to go to Stringer, though, as it did come off of one of the Lady Bears. Less than a minute to go. Now a steal there from Sarah Logan, but now we got another whistle. I'm not entirely sure exactly what happened. It looked okay to me, but maybe she committed a travel. Now A.B. Scarborough weaving through traffic for the Lady Red Devils. Now we got another whistle. So Addie Grace Bruce getting called for a flagrant shove. So that's going to send A.B. Scarborough to the free throw line for the Lady Red Devils. Didn't have my eye on that, so I didn't see it, but I will say this, in the playoffs, the officials are going to call things real tight. They're not going to let much of anything slide in the playoffs, I can tell you that. Scarborough's first shot missed, by the way. Her second shot is no good. So 16 seconds to go. Time will resume as they did stop the clock after that flagrant foul. And the Lady Red Devils had just put the ball back into play, but now Presley Cook getting called for a foul. Again, didn't see what happened, but nonetheless, here we go. Time back underway. Lady Bears. Addie Myers now with it. Finding Sarah Logan. Logan finding Haley Wallace. And Wallace got whistled, but going to let the clock run. And, folks, you can wrap it up in green and white as your West Lincoln Lady Bears win in the first round of the MHSAA 1A basketball playoffs, 60-15 over the Stringer Lady Red Devils. So that's going to do it here at the Jack Case Gym. Friday night, 6 o'clock, West Lincoln hosting here, and believe it's going to be against the McAdams Lady Bulldogs. We'll confirm all of that, and just watch our social media, and we'll let you know as soon as we can, as soon as we find out what's going on. So I'm Jonathan Tullis, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night for the baseball game here on BSPN, the Bear Sports Network.
Thanks for joining us on BSPN. Find our schedule of games at bspn.live.